us. Play. Right, hello everyone. Hang on, I don't think I'm in a party. Just a second. There we go. We can invite Emily. I don't want any old person joining me. There we are. Right. Hey guys. Welcome then to WRF1. Sorry, no, it's not WRF. Sorry. I'm getting my leagues mixed up on Sundays. I do a commentary at 6 and a commentary at 8. In the commentary at 6, I told them we were racing at Spain and we weren't. We were racing at Canada. Now I'm saying the wrong name in this one. I'm just getting too confused in my old age, guys. Right, this is HRF1, it's a hybrid racing league. We're here for round 6 of the championship at Spain. With 19 on the grid at the moment, but I think it's supposed to be a full grid, so maybe we got somebody else joining us, hopefully. Full grid would be nice, but not imperative, I guess. Obviously 19, still very nice indeed. Did I miss that much? I didn't realise people were already coming around to the end of their first flying laps. Okay. Let's see what sort of times we can get set then. Let's get rid of that little menu down the bottom. Here we go. So, HGaz gets us off and running with a 19.3. There's a Haas coming over the line, but I'm going to miss him. Here we go. Here's someone. Laguna's gone fastest on 18.8, but Whale beats that on an 18.6 in the AlphaTauri. Junkie Emperor 19.4, Chris 40.9, so clearly not a clear lap there from him. Sam's round. He takes out the bollard on the pit entry with his rear wing, but he'll just recover that and making sure he stays out of people's way, which is always good. XPG has done 21.0. Don't you worry, we're going to see quicker than that for him tonight. I'd say that's just that something's gone wrong on that lap. He's probably doing another lap. Whoopi on his way round. 18.4 takes P1. This is Swanee's on an out lap. I guess we're back round to the guys. They've already done the lap, so HK's down. Just to confirm, guys, sorry, it's a short qualifying session followed by 50% race on Sunday nights. I was kind of hoping, I must admit, I was kind of hoping with a larger grid this week that they might have moved it to full qualifying. I think full qualifying is just a better spectacle for me. Maybe they'll consider that in future weeks. Chris heading round to cross the line then. So his first proper time then puts him in P5 on a 19.3. There's a Haas. It's not Big Willie, so it must be Fatal Defiance. 38.5, but so that was invalidated, so he's got obviously going again. Big Willie's on his way through the chicane. There's a car ahead of us, AlphaTauri. I think that's probably Whale. No, it's not. Somebody else. Big Willie goes into P4 in a way, keeping up his good form from last week. Do love it when Big Willie keeps it up. Die Hard Swanee through the chicane. Karting King 118.3 goes fastest. Also keeping up good form from last week. Swanee 20.3 drove very well last week as well. Fatal Defiance. There's Hunter. No, Hunter's a bit earlier in the lap, so let's go with Fatal. Sets 2 on 53.9. Whaley! Hello, Mr. Whale. Boss man, as I call you. Actually, I can't call you boss man in this because I call... Who do I call boss man in this? Hunter, isn't it? So... I can't call you boss man tonight, Mr. Whale. I'll call you Mr. Whale instead. Defiance comes across the line then. 21.2 puts in P14 at the moment. Hunter... The boss man just finished his sector 2. Oh, it's a terrible sector 2 time, so clearly not on a proper lap at the moment. Anybody else? KK's out there. Let's have a look through. Anybody improving? Big Willie was improving through sector 2. He was up a few temps, but has dived into the pits in a way. Leonidas, no, validated. Small Loss is up, so let's watch Small Loss. We've got to drive who's up. Just over 1.5 temps up at the moment, Small Loss. That is actually putting him in contention with gaining a few places here. So into the chicane he comes. Oh, he's going to run wide out of the chicane. That's going to ruin the lap. In fact, he spun it. There he is. He's going to get... Oh, I thought he might cut over straight into the pits there, to be honest. But no, so on he goes. Oh, he's been disqualified. Oh, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So this is a new driver for me, Jay DeCourcy. Just coming through the final sector. He's in the Merc tonight, so... see how he gets on. Comes so 19.5, so it's just a good racer. It looks like he's going to fit. Look how close the qualifying times are. It's absolutely insane. This is another new driver actually, Liam Orr, I think that says. Or Snore. It's one of them. Leon goes P13, just behind his teammate. And who else have we got? This is Demon Toaster. Oh, Jack. I really just got disqualified. Mate, I can't believe that. That is one of the most ridiculous disqualifications I've seen. Honestly. Hey, Glads. Hello again. Well done on your race, mate. I was bit going on there. That was a hectic Canadian Grand Prix, wasn't it? It really was. Whale goes fastest on an 18.2. Guys, please do not let me bring Whale into this league only for him to take pole position, because I won't hear the end of it. Demon Toaster's round. XPG. XPG is a very, very quick driver. 1.5 temps up. I don't know what's... If you'd have asked me what sort of time XPG would have set around here, I'd have said it would have been low 117s, so I'm a little bit unsure. Or certainly in the 17s in a way. Across the line he comes. It's a 19.8. It's a big improvement, man. 1.25 seconds. We put something to P12. Oh, what's going on there? You got to drive round him if he's going slow, Mercedes. Seemed a bit strange. Anyway, the Gooner has done me a favour. That's Whoopi's round. The Gooner has done me a favour and gone faster than Whale. So he's on an 18 flat. It's the Gooner. Into the pits, is he? Yep, indeed he is. So is Whale. Have we got anybody on hot laps? Chris? No, it's well down. Pete's just over a tenth off in the first sector. Let's see how he does through sector 2. Oh, big improvement. 6 tenths up. This would see him nip into the 118s, so this could be good for P5 by my reckoning. If you can keep the improvement up through sector 3. Here he comes then. Heads to the line, and it's a 1:19.1 in the end. That puts him P7. Slight letdown in the end there. Sam's just gone up into... No, was it not Sam? No, Hunter's gone up into P8 as we see Chris spin it. Oh, careful, mate. It'd disqualify you if you do that. Don't remember what happens to Small Loss. He gets away with it, Small Loss. What's going on? Leonidas then heading down to the end of sector 2 now. Yeah, there's a couple of attempts up. A couple of attempts at the moment. Could see like a free place improvement. It could even go 4. Expect to see him go up somewhere around P10 or 11 here. Didn't look perfect through the final sector, if I'm honest, but well, he actually goes up to P7 in the end. Actually did gain time through the final sector, so a nice improvement from Leonidas up to P7 in the AlphaTauri. Pete not improving, Hunter going slow, Big Willie's on 1. Comes out the final corner, and it's a 1:18.4. That puts Big Willie up into P4. Kaz is on an improvement, just over 3.5 temps in sector 2. 1:18.8. P6 for Kaz. Oh, Hunter, not sure what he's doing. Not quite. A little bit slower than his PB. Fatal is finding... Well, he's found a load of time in Sector 1. And he's found about the same in Sector 2. He's actually purple through Sector 2 as Fatal Defiance. Currently up by 1.2 seconds. But I suggest if he's trying that much time in sector 1 and 2, there's probably plenty more to come in sector 3. And he's gone through sector 3 that look pretty nice. Here he comes then, and it's a 1:19 flat. It puts him up to P8. That's a big, big improvement. 2.1 seconds improved. Well done, Fatal. Let's have a look at De Courcy then. As I say, I have a new driver tonight. Let's see the new ones do well if possible. Let's have a little look. I hear you. Whale for pole. Definitely not whale for pole. Anybody but whale, please. So it has to be my luck light. It must be. Must be. Stewards have got something to get. What did you do in Spain? Last time you went to Spain, Jack, what did you do? Because clearly you did something to one of these stewards. That's all a bit tight, isn't it? Of course, he looks like he gets. So who is that? Because that's. No, it's not Toaster, so it must be Sam. Well, that's hard to call that one. Sam's coming around on to start a lap, so he can't. He's not just going to move out of the way when he needs to get speed up all the way down the straight. That's probably ruined his lap in a way. Sam, he's a couple of attempts down, so maybe I have to find something a bit later on in the lap. Anybody else out there on laps? Big Willie? Nope. Of course, he's just done one. He went up to P7, by the way, with that lap, so that's a good lap from De Courcy. 2 attempts down, Sam. Keep an eye on him through sector 2. Nah, he's lost a bit more. He ran wide in turn 3, which is where he lost the time initially, and now it's just a little bit like a snowball effect. Swanee has started a lap. Let's watch him through sector 1. They all look pretty nice, didn't it? It's to the sector 1 line. He's ever so slightly down on his PP. But that's nothing that can't be made up. So I'm still outside. Look how close the times are though. P6 1:18.815. So 1:18.815. P15 1:19.372. Half a second covers P6 to P15. Swanee clearly backed out of his lap. Chris is round on his as well. Junkie Emperor, maybe? We got both Ferraris on hot laps actually. Junkie Emperor's the furthest round. The Gooner has caught the back of a Red Bull. Hopefully the Red Bull gets out of the way for him. Junkie Emperor half a tenth up. It's enough to see him move ahead of De Courcy, but let's see if he can improve a bit more. And looking at the times, he would be hoping to at least improve to P6, really. Leonidas retires out. Junkie over the line then, and does indeed improve to P6. Let's go straight to the Gooner, who is ever so slightly up. Oh, he's invalidated out the final corner. And he would have improved by nearly a tenth. He would have gone into the high 17s. Whale is improving through sector 1. Stick with him. He's, as it stands right now, he's actually, is that KK? KK's coming through sector 2 now. Latin King is half a tenth down. Whale is 2 tenths up. Oh my word, guys, he's on target. Unfortunately, Jack, no, I don't know, mate. I only caught what happened at the end there. Oh, Current King spun it at the final corner. Just go straight to Whale. Can he keep up the improvements? He does. It's a 17.9. He goes pole. The Gooner. Well, the Gooner had made it across the line, but he's invalidated. Whoopi improves massively. 3 temps up to P3. Junkie not improving. Fatal Defiance is up. There's a few others ahead, but let's stick with Fatal Defiance. He's purple again through Sector 2. He clearly loves Sector 2. He's on for a good gain, though. And if you remember from his last lap, he didn't... Oh, no, I'm thinking of another driver. Forget me. Here he comes, then, Fatal Defiance. So 18.6, so that boosts him up to P7. A nice qualifying from Fatal in the end. And that is the end of qualifying. So, oh man, Whale takes pole. The Gooner P2, Whoopi P3, Carton King P4, Big Willie Fitz P5, Hunter P6, Fatal Defiance 7, Junkie Emperor 8, Kaz 9, the Corsian 10, Sam 11, Leonidas 12, Pete in 13, Diehard Swanee 14, Chris 15, XPG, a real surprise in P16, Liam in P17 and Demon Toaster P18. Unfortunately for Small Loss, disqualified from the session quite ridiculously. But hey, Small Loss, if all hell breaks loose at turn 1, you'll be glad to get there. You'll be glad to be starting there. So, let's see. He started already, guys. Not one of you could stop him from getting P1. He's already started. Congratulations, Mr. Whale. I say with pure contempt. Just to confirm, guys, doing the standings there are the positions. Okay, maybe that's why we didn't see XPG's proper pace. Now it can't be. It's only 5 places. But penalties there for XPG and Liam, both taking 5 place penalties. Go to the incidents, just in case they are needed by the stewards. And there you have it. Okay, guys, quick break. Please don't ready up. There will be a break. And even if you do ready up, I'm taking a break. So I'll be back with you shortly. Where we go for what I think is going to be a fantastic race, going by how close the qualifying was. So see you in a minute. Right, so I'm back. Keep stirring. And no rear grip the whole of quali, says Chris. Why? Tire attempts? Too much front wing? Are you inverting? Oh, you didn't, did you? Sorry, I usually mute my microphone when I go off to make a coffee, but I didn't. Sorry about that. Oh, I think I've gone red. Keep stirring, we hear you. Don't forget the sugar this time. I haven't this time. In fact, I think I might have made up for it, Mr. Whale, and I might have actually double sugared. I can't believe you heard me fart. It stinks as well, I'm not gonna lie. They heard me fart on stream. Sorry, my dad just took his headphones off just when I said it stinks as well. Right, tyres. Let's have a look. Generally, Spain is a pretty simple medium to hard or hard to medium. Potentially, Carton King and Joe de Corsi. Why am I saying Joe de Corsi? Is that a famous athlete or something? Jay de Corsi, both starting on softs. Now, I think you can make it a soft to hard strategy instead. But medium to hard or hard to medium tend to be the quickest ways of doing things. So, Wells starting out now. Interesting that Wells opted for the hards to start. May make him susceptible to Daguna down the straight. And you may well see Carton King flying off the line from P4 on the softs. So, that's an interesting one. But looks like the majority of the field have gone with mediums, with some hards and a 2 opting for softs as well. So, that will make it interesting. Let's just pop it on position changes. No chance well on pole. He is, mate, he is. I begged the others to stop it from happening. The Gooner almost stopped it from happening, but he invalidated right at the end on the last corner. Otherwise, he would have had pole literally by, I think it would have been by thousandths actually. Oozers, by the way, Wales said that if I don't give him driver of the day, he's going to sack me. I'm doing comms on the other league. Here they come round then. Right, here we go then. Oh, how many DSQs? 4 so far. Got a few more. Oh, there's another one. 5, 6. That looks like it. 6 don't slot into their grid slots properly. I don't know if that actually makes any difference whatsoever, but we haven't managed it. It's not going to give me a good camera angle, so I'm going to suggest let's go on board with Carton King. Here he is then, off the line. Can he get him to switch on? Oh, look, who was that? That's the Haas of Big Willie. Big Willie gave it to Whoopi right out of the bum then. Here he comes. So Carton King does make up the 1 position. Maybe not the launch you would have liked, but it's not a bad one still. Big Willie up to 4, Whoopi down to 5. De Corsi, Whoopi's teammate, gets ahead of him as well. Oh, and we got a box hunter. Is round. Right at the end of turn 3. Oh, be careful, Hunter. We don't want you getting disqualified. No, he hasn't been good. So, there we have it. He's back up and running in a way. So, the Gooner leads the way. He gets ahead of Whale for the lead. Well in P2. Don't forget, Whale has started on hard tyres. Who's our biggest gainer off the start? It looks like it's De Corsi, our debutant, up into P5. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's our other debutant, Liam, who's up from 19th to 10th. And we got someone else. Demon Toaster, I think, is falling down. Pete as well. They both have. Oh, careful, Pete. So there we have it. No safety cars yet. Gunnar obviously sets the fastest lap, having gotten a lead off the line. He's also pulled out 1.7 seconds already to Whale. Whale is under attack from Karting King. And into P2 goes Karting King. It's always frustrating when you're pole, you've lost a couple of places, but Whale's just got to keep in mind these guys are on different tyres, different strategies. Particularly Karting King on the softs. Completely different strategy. Hunter unfortunately had to pit, so in he's come, but does continue. He'll obviously be hoping for a safety car to bring him back into it at some point. But, no, good starts out there. Good start to the race, really. I want you sacked in a way, so I'm all for it. Thanks, users. Just when you need a friend. Well, I'm not giving him driver of the day, so if you two want to sack me, you sack me. It's fine. XPG is round. There's also Demon Toast around again. Both of them recover it, so they're both back to track and carrying on. Mr. Gunnar sets another fastest lap as he looks to extend that lead out. So it's a bit difficult for him to extend the lead to P2 right now. Really, it's the gap to Whale that he's looking to extend, which is up to nearly 2 seconds now, so he's certainly doing that. Who's this? This is the Corsi getting back past Big Willie. Oh, and that's Karting King round. Turn 3. That's really good sportsmanship from Karting King. So he's ghosted. He could have just driven on in front of someone, but he doesn't do that. That's good sportsmanship. So I wouldn't do it either. Still puts the driver off when you drive back on the track right in front of him. It's not on really, so nicely done. Obviously promotes well back to P2. The Corsi now up to P3. What a start from him. On his debut into the pits comes XPG. So, yeah, got some front wing damage off of that spin. Needs to stay clean now. He's still going to be on the straight. Look, the Gunnar is onto the straight now, so he's going to get ahead of the Gunnar, but any more mistakes and he's going to end up a lap down, so good luck to XPG. Hopefully stays on the lap. It's really hard to know where to watch at the moment. It's really, really close. This is obviously both McLarens with Junkie Emperor, and I think Wales spun. He goes to back on, but he has spun. He's dropped to 8th. So, P2 seems to be a bit of a cursed position at the moment. Karting King spinning from P2. Now Whale. Let's see if the Corsi can change that. But at the moment, the Gunnar absolutely flying. Could not have had a better start to this race. Look how tight it is down here between these guys. From 8th place Whale now, who's coming under attack from Junkie Emperor. Junkie Emperor up the inside. Whale defends around the outside. And does hold the position. That's good defence work from Whale on that one. It's caused a bit of a train behind. Look at this. From P8 then Whale, right the way down to P14. Small losses on the back of this. We'll fly around the corner now. All of them look. There's small loss in the Alpine. So he's just dropped off a little bit, but mighty, mighty close. And talking about close, I was about to say that Big Willie is on the back of the Corsi for P2, but he's dropped it in turn 3. So he returns in P7. Fatal Defiance in the other Haas is up a couple of places now into P5. But look at Liam in the McLaren. Up 13 places already. What a fantastic start from Liam. Sector 1, yellow. And I think that's Pete. It is indeed. He recovers it, so keeps going. As Whale and Big Willie are fighting. Currently it's Big Willie well. Big Willie well with a junkie on the outside of the back of him. We're having some fun. That's Liam there on the back of. Whale goes to the inside. He's going to look to take both of them in one move. Big Willie's still there on the inside, but Whale will have the inside at turn 3. Ah, that's brilliant racing from all 3 drivers. Absolutely brilliant, but it's still side by side, Whale and Willie. Oh, it's the tiniest bit, and that was actually extremely unlucky. Whale's wheel there was in between the 2 wheels, right wheels of Big Willie, and as they came round, Big Willie got a slightly better exit, and his rear wheel hit the front wheel that was in between his wheels from Whale, and that's what spun Whale there. So race not going according to plan, but there is a long way to go yet. We're not even a quarter of the way through. So for the moment we did have the race in there from Whale and Willie, and for the moments as well, for Liam as well, it was involved at the start of it as well. It was fantastic racing from the 3 of them. Got to give them the dues. As Sam comes into the pits. Right, just a heads up. Go to tyres. The softs are going to be starting to wear now. Really wear. Carton King's into the pits. Sam needs a wing change. That's why he's in. And he's switched to soft tyres. Carton King. No wing change. That's a genuine tyre change. Look, the softs were starting to go. He's on some mediums. Also coming in is Leonidas. Well, Leonidas pitted the previous lap for the hard tyres. He's now back in again for soft tyres and another wing. So, oh, that could have been that might be one of those situations where it didn't change his wing for him the first time round. XPG's gone into. Oh no, sorry, he's not gone into AI, it's because Daguna's on the back of him, lapping him. So XPG moves to the inside and allows the Ferrari past. Not a position XPG usually finds himself in. Oh, come on XPG, just back off. There's no need to be driving inside the Ferrari like that. That's it, good lad. So, change of position between Junkie Emperor and Liam on the straight. Simple DRS move. So right now, the medium tyres will be feeling the best tyres on the track right now. I hadn't mentioned it actually, but shout out to Kaz, who's gotten up to P3 in the Alfa Romeo. And one of those quiet but very effective races. Demon Toaster into the pits. Yeah, the mediums will be feeling pretty special right now. They're right in that window for great performance. The Corsi's softs will be starting to scream a little bit. But I do think you could push softs out to 10 laps if you're sensible on them, but they'll be starting to lose their performance quite drastically around now. As Chris gets past Liam, so whatever reason Liam dropping down the order a bit at the moment. So Chris having a decent race as well after satisfactory qualifying. It's at the moment, got to give it to him, man. We'll be up into P2. I hadn't even noticed that. You got to give it to Daguna though. He's just run away with it at the moment. And really, we're looking now. At what point do Whoopi's hard tyres become stronger than Daguna's mediums? If my memory serves me right, it's lap 11 where the switchover occurs. That's going by my practice that I did for Spain myself. Just spreading out a little bit now. Struggling a bit for battles at the moment. You got the Swanee close to the back of Liam, not really in the territory to make a move just yet. And obviously they're teammates, so... Well, I say the teammates, it's Liam's first race, so I don't know if he's just reserving in there or whether he's been given the seat permanently, but... De Courcy in then. That's... Oh, that was Liam in as well. I'm just wondering, did Liam then have some damage? He was just slowing a bit, wasn't he? He was dropping down the order, and it's very early to pit off of medium tyres. On go, they're hards, aren't they, I think? Yeah. So both drivers go to hards. It'll take them to the end. A long old way to drive on the one set, but they'll definitely do it, the hards. But again, struggling a bit for battles. We've got one here though. This is Chris on the back of Junkie Emperor. Afternoon, Ghost Rider. What happened to well? He actually started pole, Ghost Rider. He actually qualified pole position. Oh, thanks, users. Only joking, my love. He says. Thank you, users. Yeah, he started pole. Did Mr. Whale. It's a little... Well, he started on hard tyres, so it was a bit slow off the line. Dropped to second. Then dropped to third as the guide, Carton King, got into third, who started on softs and got past him. Then Carton King spun, put Well back up in second, but then once Well spun himself. Dropped down. He then ended up in a battle. He was still like P8. He then ended up in a battle with one of the McLarens, Liam, and Big Willie. But there was fantastic driving from the three of them. It was a brilliant battle, but unfortunately it did end with Whale being spun round at turn 4. But it wasn't like nobody did anything bad. It was pure bad luck. It was just one of those where Whale's tyre got caught up in between both of Big Willie's tyres, and then as things took its course, Big Willie accelerated, his back tyre hit the front wheel of Wales. It was just one of those. It's pure bad luck, to be honest. But since then, though, you've got to give it to this man, Daguna, who's having the most boring race of his life. Out in P1 by 8.2 seconds at the moment, after only 11 laps. But here is Big Willie now. He's caught the back of his teammate back up. So, Fade to Defiance having a very nice race up to P4. The Red Bull you can see there, I believe, is Carton King, who's being lapped. That's why he's in it. That's why he's ghosting. He's not in AI. It's just he's being lapped. A little bit, but he's still in P8 and he's still. He's still in the shape for a good result. Also, this league's... I don't know if you know this, actually, Ghost Rider. HRF1 have the point system that we use in ARC. And this is where ARC got it from HRF1. So he's still on for very high points in P8. HRF1 drives Sunday and Monday nights. I believe they're both short qualifying 50% race. As Daguna pits from the lead, just as we get a set to free yellow as well. Who is it? I think it's that car. It's at the Williams recovering. I think it was Chris. So Daguna is in at the end of lap 12. It was a little bit early. You'd think mediums would do a bit longer than that, but he's decided to pit. I always sort of edge towards pushing the tyres out as long as I can, really, because they're covering off a safety car as Demon Toaster rubbed tyres in the pits. My apologies, I didn't even notice we lost Leonidas. My apologies, Leonidas. The Corsi up to P9, Chris into the pits. Just as an Aston Martin exits, I'm guessing that's Demon Toaster, who's retired. So that's a retired car coming onto the track. I really do wish people wouldn't retire out. You even in P18 you're scoring points. There's no need to retire at all. The only accepting reason for retiring in 22, in my opinion, in the pits, is if you've got wing damage. And to be quite honest, the rules of the league should be, I don't know if they are in HRF1, but the rules of the league should be that you've got to clip it. In my opinion, Demon Toaster leaves the session. Still got this battle going on. I think sometimes you gotta work as a team. At the moment, Big Willie looks like he's got the pace on Fate of Defiance, and they're on different strategies here. Faisal started on the hard, Big Willie started on the mediums. And technically, the hards are the better tyres. I'm saying that the way the gap just grew a little bit, so Fatal's not exactly holding them up, and they've got a gap now of 2.8 seconds to Junkie, who was on the back of them earlier. So actually, maybe it's more a case that they're helping each other along a little bit here, the two Haas. But it won't be doing, obviously, if Big Willie wants to extend these softs, mediums out. For me personally, when I did my practice for Spain, the mediums for me can do 20 laps, but that's when they're getting to the point of, right, you really need to pit now, but they can do sort of 17, 18 laps quite comfortably. So I'm sticking with this. It's a battle. We do have, I am going to switch, because that's a teammate battle. I'm not too, well, actually, I just switched, and something's just happened, because Junkie Emperor's got ahead of Big Willie. He comes into the pits, so anyway, let's go to Whale, because he's got Daguna now, who is effectively leading the race. Although this is a genuine battle for position, because oh no, no, my apologies, no, Whale is actually on the tyres he started on. He didn't make a pit stop after the contact, did he? So it's not. The only thing for me now, though, is that Daguna is completely left wide open now to a safety car. As I set to free yellow. The yellows are popping up, aren't they? This one is small loss. Hopefully it won't disqualify like it did in... Well, why has XPG left the session? Okay, you've had a crash, but don't leave the session. There's no need to do that. So hope he joins back. If not, I'll definitely be reporting that. I hope he's not leaving an AR on track, is what I'm saying. Carton King back into the pits. I would imagine he's now going to switch. Oh, he retires in the pits. I don't get it, guys. I'm not going to lie. I don't get the retirements in the pits. I never will. Still scoring points. Doesn't matter if it's only a few. You're still scoring points for your team. I must admit, this league needs to get another commentator because I want to get out there and enjoy this because it's a brilliant league to race in. Racing's fantastic. That's Karting King's car coming back out onto the straight. Junkie. This is Junkie on the back of Fatal Defiance. Both on the same tyres, 15 lap old hards. I am keeping an eye out elsewhere. We do have... Oh, and now we've got the full course. At the moment, this is a virtual safety car. It's not a full safety car. The safety car has not appeared in the pit lane. But this is a chance for... Where are they on the track? Oh, they're right at sector 1. It's already disappeared anyway. It's already stopped, so... Into the pits comes Smolos. Well, SPG is in AI still. Okay, can we just take note of the fact that XPG has left the race? He is now on multiverses. So he's gone to a different game and just left his car on track in AI. I'm afraid for me that means he should be kicked from the league. That's a decision obviously for the bosses, for Hunter and Big Willie, etc. And not sure who the boss is. Karting King I think's a boss. But so just leave your car on track and just go on to a different game is just completely and utterly out of order. Junkie Emperor into the pits then. Looks like it's going to be a standard switch to mediums. No front wing damage, so it's a straight pit stop. He's on for a good race again. Ferrari's really showing what they can do again. Wales, since the Gooner caught him though, has gotten away a bit from the Gooner. Fair play to Wales. He's doing that on 17 lap old hards. He's pushing a stint out, and I think he's doing a great job. I think he's still on for a really good position here today. That was Pete who brought out a yellow flag there. Fatal Defiance has had a moment in turn 4 as well. Oh, and this time we got a full safety car. So anybody that's pushed their tyres out are going to benefit from the safety car. So Whoopi, Kaz, Whale, all going to benefit from this. And the tables have completely turned now on the Gooner. He's going to be a little bit... Well, if it was me, I'd be a bit furious in the cockpit. Because he's now going to be... By the time this gets underway again, he's going to end up on about 7 lap old hards. And you're going to have Whoopi and Whale pitting to mediums. So Whale could still win this race despite what's going on at the start for him. But Whoopi driving a fantastic race as well. Kaz likewise as well. Obviously he's going to have to pit 2 hards instead. But, so the Gooner moves... Well, he didn't even retake the lead, look, or is he? No, he's not. Is the game telling him to give it back or not? If the game's telling him to give it back, he's got to give it back. If it's not, then he doesn't. To be fair, I think Whoopi was just still inside the white line when the Gooner had his nose in front, so I think that was just about fair from the Gooner. I do feel for the Gooner here. He's driven an outstanding race. Now he finds himself on 6 lap old hards and is going to have to defend from medium tyres of Whoopi and Whale, but it's the risk you take, I suppose, starting on mediums. It works both ways, doesn't it? Because, you know, sometimes you start on mediums, a safety car comes out perfectly timed, and then another one doesn't come out, and it's worked out well for you, and not the hard starters. It's just a complete gamble, really. as to when you think a safety car is likely to appear. Truth be told, I'm not entirely sure why we do have a full safety car. There was a couple of spins going on, so I'm wondering if we just ended up with too much debris on track. But it's not a retirement that's caused the safety car. Carson King retired in the pits. So, let's have a look then. Daguna going to have to defend for his life for... It's going to take... I don't think a point would be reached where his hard tyres are going to be stronger than the mediums. By the end of the race, they'll probably be very similar, but not stronger. This really is a bit of a disaster for Daguna and his chances of winning this race, to be honest. But he's driven fantastically. We'll see if he can fight it off. But for me, right now, I think Daguna does well to stay on the podium here. Forgot what I was going to look at. So position changes. I mean, before this safety car, Daguna was cruising's driver of the day today for me. And it gets voted for in a way, but I still did give my drivers one out. Kaz is up 6 places. I think he's driven a very good race. He's in contention. Liam would be, but he's got a penalty, so I'm more likely to give it to a penalty-free driver. Just check those penalties. 3 seconds for Liam, 5 seconds for De Courcy. That's a shame for De Courcy. He must have picked that up going into the pit lane. There's nothing that annoys me more is if I pick up a penalty, particularly going fast into the pit lane under a safety car, when you could literally brake so much before the line because it doesn't matter. I don't know if that's when he picks up or whether it's earlier on now. So, anyway, let's go on board with Kaz for the restart. And Daguna looks like he's going. To me, he is. And, well, actually reacted to that pretty well. Sorry, Whoopi even reacted to that pretty well. And look, the extra grip for the mediums and the extra heat he's going to be able to get into those mediums means Daguna can't even defend down the straight. It's just really... I really do feel for Daguna. He was dominating this race. Absolutely dominating. You could argue he did pit a bit early for his hard tyres. Oh, who is that that's jumping a... Whale, what's going on with your connection? You're jumping all over the place. You haven't been doing that all race, so that suddenly just started happening. Oh dear, he's not normally like that at all. He's gone into ghosting now. Oh, is he now back ahead of us? He is. Anybody that watches this back, can I just say that is... Wales Connection never does that. He's got very good internet as far as I'm aware, so somewhat strange has happened there for him. Hunter. There's that bloody AI. It shouldn't be on the track. I know it's ghosted, but it's still annoying for everybody else, and I don't want to be down on the whole commentary because it's not what this race deserves. It's been a fantastic race. So, Fate of Defiance gets past Liam for P7, so back up the order. Haas now running P6 and P7. This time with Big Willie in front of Fatal Defiance. We've got a set to 1 yellow. Is it Hunter? It's Hunter and Sam. So I don't know if they've had contact. or not, but or whether they just happen to spin at the same place. It seems unlikely that people might just happen to spin at the same place. It's probably more likely that there was contact, but here is Whale then making a move on Kaz. As you can see, Whale's car proper solid now. It's not. He must have just had a slightly weakened moment in connection or something, but it's absolutely fine now. Oh, we got Swanee's round. Oh, and Chris's round. They're the same corner, but they look like they were on different parts of the corner. So, again, I don't think that was a contact. I might be wrong. Swanee recovering that little bit quicker than Chris. Means he's got a run on him. And is up into P11. Just going to go back to Whale because he's now caught the back of Daguna. For Whale to have any chance. Now, I've driven quite a few times with Whale, and he's a good driver, he's a quick driver. Whoopi leading, I also drive with, and again, is a good driver and a quick driver. So if Whale's going to have any chance of winning this race, he has to get past Daguna now, basically. So he's got to do it on the straight that's coming up, because Whoopi's not a slow enough driver that you're just going to take 3 seconds out of him with ease. So let's ride on board with Whale here. He's got a good exit. This should be a pretty easy overtake, if I'm honest. He's not even using energy. Look, Daguna doesn't really fight it. I think he realises, Daguna, that his fight isn't really with those two on fresh medium tyres anymore. I will mention it to Daguna after. He's so unlucky on when that safety car's come out. He's absolutely dominating this race, and he's been showing for weeks now that the sort of pace to dominate. So, but it just seems that every week something don't quite go right for him. You know, with a bit more luck, he could have 3 wins under his belt already this season, well, including today, if he had the luck to go with it. But it's not happening for him at the moment. Let's see, due to that safety car. One thing that safety car did do is bring everybody back close together again. So, well, I said Wolfie's not the sort of driver you're just going to catch easy, but Well is absolutely flying. He's already got the gap down to 1.5 seconds. Wasn't a tyre difference, was there? No, they're on exactly the same tyres. It's just... Well was putting in a drive of his life here. How is he catching him so fast? Well, one thing I can tell you is that Well's got nowhere near as much fuel. He's got a red light on his fuel, so he's going to have to fuel save. He wants to get the lead, but he's got to fuel save at some point. Because he won't make it to the end. Junkie Emperor as well, set to 1 yellow. That's well, oh, it was small loss. Okay. Well, Well's on the back of him already. You've got to give it to him. He's only done that because I said he's not the sort of driver you catch that quickly. Okay. Everything Well does is to spite me, you see. Small loss has actually retired from the session on track, and that is, he's crashed. It's the right hand, the fast right hander, and that has brought out a full safety car. Well, this changes things again. People are going to come in for soft tyres. So in is Big Willie's in, DeCourcy's in, Chris is in straight away. These guys had sort of passed the pits already, so they're going to come in, it being the next lap. Well, this is a massive call for the front runners now. I don't really think the Gooner needs to think about it. I think it's just an obvious call for him. But what's happening if it's a fatal defiance? He's off track under safety car. This bloody AI. See? So this AI is now messing with people's races. What I can tell you is happening now. Look, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. People just drive past it. If you get given a penalty, just ask for it to be removed. Come on. I'm sorry, but any owners that watch this back, he has to be kicked from the league. He really does. That's XPG Limited. He spun, he hit a wall, and instead, even with anger, instead of just driving it round to the pits and retiring if he was really annoyed, he just left, and he's currently playing a different game. I looked and called it on stream earlier on. Liam has picked up a drive-through penalty. Can't take it now, Liam. No, I guess he's just pitting to the softs now. So that AI has now caused genuine problems, all because he couldn't be bothered to take it round to the pits and retire it. Look at it, look, so, okay, Kaz shouldn't have overtaken it. He's got to give that place back, and it's an absolute nightmare. He needs removing from the league. It's completely and utterly out of order. And he can't blame anyone else for his race. He spun it himself. He hit the wall himself. It's absolutely ridiculous, this. Unlucky, small loss. Not a fun one out there for you tonight, buddy. But you'll be back next week. Hopefully not getting disqualified from qualifying, so because you normally start quite a lot higher up, don't you? I think we'll have another lap from the safety car and that'll be it. So I believe we'll get racing again on lap 29. That would mean 5 laps of racing, which is obviously perfect for the guys on soft tyres. Very sort of penalty-free race tonight. But I'd say what, I just wonder, could this race have just turned completely on its head again for Daguna, who now finds himself on fresh soft tyres with 3 medium runners who are all on 9 lap and 10 lap old mediums, meaning they are well into their medium stint. I'm sure you won't, small loss. I don't mean this is any offence to the guys that are ahead of him, but I'm kind of rooting for Daguna to actually get through and win this, because I think he deserves it. He was absolutely dominating this race before the first safety car. Technically, he won't get DRS the first lap, he won't get it the second lap, he won't get it on the main straight on the third lap, so he's only going to get 2 laps with DRS. So he's going to have to make the moves using the extra grip that he's got. on Junkie, and I mean, ideally, hopefully the two Ferrari drivers are chatting, and hopefully they're gonna let hopefully Junkie will let Daguna through. He's got to do it in such a way, he don't want to drop places himself, so he's got to do it in such a way to be safe that he doesn't drop behind Kaz. But Big Willie will be controlling the pace then. Well, eager to catch him out. Oh no, not alongside. Well, you're not allowed to do that anymore. So off goes Whoopi then, and the Ferraris do switch places, and they've done it properly. They've done it well. Well, he had done it well, but in the end, Junkie did lose a place to Kaz. It looked like they'd done the switch perfectly, but in the end, no. Oh, and it's all falling apart for Junkie. He spun it round at turn 3 and drops to P14. He's now going to be wishing he didn't do that. It was the right thing to do, but he's going to be wishing that he hadn't, because P3 and even P5 would be a great result for Ferrari tonight. But the driver dropping to P14 because they switched the cars is not ideal at all, as Daguna puts in the fastest second sector of the race. By Hart Swanee getting ahead of Liam. See McLaren's running P8, P9, having a good night. So here we have it now. This is going to be the problem for Daguna, is he's now stuck with Whale on the back of Whoopi, and even if they change round, it still happens again. Whoopi's on the back of Whale, and it's really difficult for Daguna to get by. As oh, well, I really am a commentator's curse, aren't I? Just as saying the McLarens are having a good night, they both come into the pits together. Junkie Emperor also into the pits. Battle going on between Pete and DeCourcy here. Which looks like DeCourcy has come out of on top. Go up to Chris and Big Willie, who are fighting. It looks like Big Willie's going to get the upper hand on that one. So we've got to go back to the front, guys. So DRS will enable the next lap, but obviously it won't be active down the main straight until the following lap. Oh, Whoopi! Whoopi made a whoopsie, and he's round from the lead. He's lost it on the final corner. Oh, yeah, he's saying all sorts of words in the cockpit right now. As Whale then takes the lead, but this really does change things again for Daguna, and now he's just got the one car in front of him. Can he get close enough to make a DRS overtake? I'd take the mick out of Well, but I love the bloke to bits, and if he wins this, fair play to him. Especially what's going on earlier in the race for him, but I do, you know, it's just the racer in me wants to see Daguna get this simply because he dominated the early part and deserves the win for that. But at the moment, Whale is actually just ever so slightly, by hundredths of a second, edging away. We saw from the guys that started on the sauce that they will not last long. So they're halfway through their stint, effectively, having done 4 laps. Of course, it was on the safety car to start with, so it wouldn't have taken as much out of them, but The Gooner is outside of the 1 second. He's got one lap. He's got one lap to get this gap down to under half a second to have a chance, or to around half a second, which is a, well, he's gone up to 1.5 now. And we've got a yellow flag, and it's Kaz and Big Willie. So another two drivers that were having fantastic races end up round. And I'm not going to finish where, in all honesty, they deserve to. Pete's on the back of Hunter here. The gap for the Gooner has stretched out to, it looks like those softs just can't do it, unfortunately. So, Well is stretching the lead, barring picking up any corner cutting penalties on the final lap. It looks like Well's going to take the checkered flag. This battle dies down in the end. Thought Pete was going to get a chance on Hunter down the straight with DRS, but Hunter's actually picked up DRS himself. One other battle, one other possibility of an overtake, and that's Junkie for P13. Well, he's going to get P13 anyway because of the penalty that Liam's got, but oh, Fatal Defiance gets ahead of Pete. So Pete's gone from, oh, Pete's out. Spun it round in turn 3 and has lost what was going to be a fantastic result for him and Alfa Romeo. Oh, what a shame. The amount of people, or the amount of drivers on this track that deserve to be much higher up than they are is unreal. Pete didn't deserve that. But it looks like a basic spin in turn 3. Either a bit too much steering input or he's caught the inside curb. But Whale is coming around the final corner to win his first ever race in HRF1. So congratulations to Whale. The Gooner P2, I feel for you, man. You dominated the early part of this race. But still, P2, congratulations. Chris ends up with a podium from absolutely nowhere, so well done, Chris. Hunter P4, brilliant result. Fatal Defiance as well, P5, fantastic result, drove well today. Sam P6, again from nowhere. Kaz deserves so much better, to be honest, but that spin, and Big Willie, and Whoopi, but those spins just happened at the wrong time for them and dropped them down. Swanee P10, Junkie, another one, deserves so much better than P11, but spun after letting his teammate through on the straight. He ended up spinning and it's dropped him down. It seems to be turn 3 tonight. It's causing the issues for people. Seems to be the place where most people had their spins. The game gives driver of the day to Chris. I'll decide that in just a second, but in all fairness, I don't decide the driver of the day in this league, they vote it, but I do always give a commentator's driver of the day. As they celebrate on the podium then, so congratulations Mr. Whale on the victory. Pleased for you, man. I do feel a bit sorry for Dagooner, that this should be a victory for Dagooner. But still, P2 a great result, mate. Gooner had pulled out well over 8 seconds. It was nearly 9 seconds in the first stint. And was absolutely dominating, which is why I feel a bit sorry for him. But still, as I say, P2 still a great result. P3 for Chris, which is obviously fantastic. And I think I will give Chris driver the day. I think he deserves it. He's come from 15th on the grid up to 3rd to take a podium. But shout outs to Well and Dagooner as well. And Hunter. Did a grand job after falling down a bit early on. Fatal Defiance, a shout out for you as well, because you're consistent and did what you had to all race and have come out with a brilliant P5. Sam, well done. Kaz, unlucky. Big Willie, unlucky. Whoopi, unlucky. Swanee, I don't know what happened between the two McLarens, but they both ended up hitting on the same lap at the end. Junkie, unlucky with his spin. Did Corsi as well. Made a great account of yourself, young man. So, well done. I'm not going to get the instance. I've been chatting too much. I lied. I did get through the instance. Haha. There you go. The fastest lap as well, by the way, went to Whoopi. So well done on the extra point there, buddy. Ooh, I'll sum up that race. Quick summary. Brilliant start to the race. P2 seemed to be cursed early doors. Rick Tilly, says Chris. No worries, man. I think you deserve it for getting into P3 from P15. But as I said, big shout outs to Whale, the way he recovered back to win that, and I think Daguna as well. Yeah, the summary of the race, to be fair, the great start to the race. P2 seemed to be cursed. I don't know what it was, but people getting into P2 start spinning. Not sure why or anything, but it just seemed to be happening. First safety car completely threw things out the window for anybody that started on the medium tyres. It completely ruins. At that point, it had completely ruined Daguna's race. Few retirements in the pits, a bit of a shame to see. You only got to finish the race to score points. So, unless the only excuse for me is if you've got bad rear wing damage, which you should clip, to be quite honest. Other than that, there was the one other thing. I'm going to speak to Hunter, but one person does need removing from this league for what they've done tonight. Other than that, though, the actual overall summary for the race was it was a brilliant race. Some great fighting. Brilliant moment between Whale, Big Willie, and Liam as they drove the three of them together. Great drive, and it did end up in a spin for Whale, but it was it really was just unlucky. It was one of those. Yeah, it was a great race, and it'd be a great watch back. So, thank you to everyone that has watched live. I really appreciate it. I know the number has been good throughout the race, so thank you ever so much to all of you. Thanks to everybody who watches the stream back as well. I really do appreciate it. I will be back myself on Tuesday night for WAOF1 for their second race of the season, second ever race officially. So please do come and watch that. I'll be back then. Other than that, we'll be back next week, of course, for round 7. I'll just quickly check the Discord and try and find out which track we're at, if I can find it quickly. HRF1. Fixtures, or calendar, whatever. Yeah, there we go. Right, Spain is for... Oh, good God. It's Monaco. Monaco next week. I take it then we're following the actual calendar, aren't we? Because we went Bahrain, Jeddah, Australia, Imola, Miami, Spain. Yeah, we are. So it's Monaco next, followed by Baku, followed by Canada. Well, one thing I can guarantee you at Monaco, there won't be any safety cars, guys, because you don't get safety cars at Monaco in the game. So, no safety cars next week.